ਐਨਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਧਰ ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੇ ਪੀਲ ਤੇ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁੜ ਲੋਕਡਾਊਨ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਅਦਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਅਦਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਬੰਦ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਦੁੱਗਣੀ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਅਦਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ मिल कुछ नहीं रहा। जबकि छोटे बिजनेस अदारियां दे विभाग दे एसोसीएट मंत्री प्रभमीत सरकारिया ने दावा किया है कि सरकार ने $600 मिलियन की सहायता जी है वह ऐलानी है। बिजनेस अदारे ऑनलाइन आसान तरीके दे नाल जिहड़ी सहायता है वह हासिल कर सकते हैं।
In Peel and Toronto to a full lockdown. Everyone knows they have to do their part to stay home and slow the spread of COVID-19. But for business owners who have already had the hardest year of their lives, the news was devastating. We're coming into Christmas season, the time many businesses rely on to get them through the rest of the year, especially this year. And now business owners are having to close their doors without any financial help from the government. Speaker, the Premier promised to, and I quote, double the supports. But when you double nothing, it's still nothing. Why doesn't this government think small, Main Street businesses are worth saving or even worth fighting for? And why are you so unwilling to help?
The Associate Minister for Small Business and Red Tape Reduction.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I disagree with the premise of that question. Look, we understand there is absolutely no sugarcoating it. These are very tough times, unlike anything we have experienced. There's no family, there's no business, there's no person that hasn't been affected by this pandemic. But that's also why this government has put forward unprecedented supports for businesses since the start of the pandemic. Just recently, the Minister of Finance released and is now providing over $600 million in relief to support eligible small businesses. This application is online and available, very easy to apply to one portal, and those eligible businesses that can also apply for the Main Street PPE grant can also access this funding immediately. So I urge all business owners impacted by these restrictions to immediately apply through this online portal and get the supports they need.
The supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, it is shocking that this government has not acted on direct financial support. If policies aren't implemented now to protect and support workers and business owners, especially small business owners, our economic recovery will be that much harder. But still, this government refuses to offer direct financial support. In fact, they've actually made it harder for small business owners while giving big breaks to big box stores and huge corporations. In a release, the CFIB suggested that the lack of support for Main Street businesses was, and I quote, outrageous, and immediately called for the creation of a small business first strategy, something New Democrats have been calling for months. How many more businesses are going to have to close before this Premier and this government finally listens to businesses, to workers, and to groups like the CFIB and finally step up with some real support?
And the Associate Minister to respond.
Thank you once again for the question, Mr. Speaker. Our government understands that businesses need our support more than ever before. That is why we put forward immediate financial relief to the tune of $600 million in direct support to these impacted businesses. On top of that, today the federal government has announced that they have opened online applications for rent relief, tenant direct programs, 90% rent relief for those businesses that have been impacted. We have put forward a $60 million PPE grant program to help those impacted direct support. So we've also, in the summer, launched a $57 million, the largest investment ever by a government to help businesses.
ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇਖਣ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨ ਲਈ ਸਬਸਕ੍ਰਾਈਬ ਕਰੋ ਚੈਨਲ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਤੇ ਨੋਟੀਫਿਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਈ ਬੈਲ ਆਈਕਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਬਟਨ ਤੇ ਕਲਿੱਕ ਕਰੋ।